Hi everyone, I'm Carshénah with versefilmsproductions, and you made it back to our SCREAMTOBER. We're almost done for our first week where we're doing a video a day for 31 days for Halloween right here. We're calling it SCREAMTOBER. We challenge you to stick around to watch with us and see if you agree or disagree, or maybe give us a thumbs up. If you enjoyed our decade horror, you're going to love our versus horror. This is where we're doing our favorite streaming services versus other streaming services. Next up for versus horror is Amazon versus HBO Max. Let's go ahead and get this versus started with Amazon Prime versus HBO Horror. Just note that Amazon and HBO both require a premium service that you will have to pay each month or by the year for these premium video services. Now, the good thing about Amazon is that you can go ahead and create a free account with Amazon without having to do the premium service. Your Amazon account, of course, is where you can buy, sell, and review things that you would like to purchase over the internet. HBO, unfortunately, is a premium service right off the bat, so you will have to make that decision if that is something that you would like to do. So let's go ahead and move forward and jump into this. Again, once you have your Amazon account that's created, you do have your purchase history. You have things that are recommended, best-selling, inspired by your purchases, so on and so on once you're on the main account. But for this purpose, we're just going to focus primarily on the video section. Again, this is a premium service, so you will have to sign up for that premium service. And I do believe Amazon still gives trials for their premium services. In the past, they've done a 30-day trial where you can try it out. And the good thing about this is that it is connected to your account. So Amazon Prime, wherever your location is, you're able to go ahead and get your purchases sent to you at an earlier date. Now, once you are at your Amazon Prime video, you want to go ahead and click on the little three lines that are over to the left-hand side, and you'll see a plethora of things that you can go through. There's a Prime Video, there's your purchase and rentals, there's even Amazon Originals, Kids coming soon, so on and so forth. But like I said, we're going to go straight onto the Prime Video. Once you click on that, and you'll come up to the main page of the Prime Video. The one thing about Prime is that it just has everything in your face. Like, there's just a lot of titles, a lot of things for you to look at, and it can be daunting. But the cool thing about Amazon is that they do break it down to sort of headings. So like movies we think you'll like, and you can go ahead and scroll over and check out the movies that they think that you would like. And of course, this is SCREAMTOBER, so they already have in their AI of what I would probably like, such as House on Haunted Hill or Secret Window. Or The Wicker Man. Sometimes they do have in some titles that do not relate to what they think that you'll like, but at least it's something that they can figure out that if you've been watching Amazon Prime for a long time, that these are some of the titles. Now, the cool thing about Amazon Prime is that they do have this Prime Video that's included with your membership, and you do want to look for that banner. The banner is always going to be on the top left, or even if you're on the app on your TV, it is going to let you know that these are movies that you can watch for free once you are a member. You can have what's included with Prime. It tells you the rating, it gives you comments, it gives you the year, the time frame of that movie, so you know what you're getting into. And it also gives you a watch where you can add to your list. So again, once you are a member, you can always add to your list. Now, when we scroll up to the top, you'll see that you'll have a who's watching. So if you have multiple accounts, you can always add them together, such as a family account, and you'll know who is watching or what they have been watching under that account. Now, let's go on over to our categories. categories, just like before. You have everything that you would need. They have movies, sports, TV. They go through genres, so they have Black voices, and they have horror, fantasy, everything that you would like. They even have a coming soon, and they have a watch party. Now, the watch party is an addition that is connected with your browser, where you can actually watch with family and friends. It is something worth noting that is an addition to your internet. Another subheading that Amazon gives you is the My Stuff. Now, My Stuff is anything that you've purchased before, any movies that you've added to your list, anything that shows up for your purchase and rentals in your purchase rental history. Now, it will tell you, and they will stay in this sort of subheading for a long time, but you'll notice that the things that you have purchased or things that you have rented will show up with like a dollar symbol to the left-hand side. It says videos are available to rent, buy, or included with channel subscriptions. If it has ads, it will be videos are free to watch and include with ads within this video. And some of these ads are with other services like IMDb, which is the International Movie Database. They also have a TV service, but you can watch any of these titles free with the ads. You'll scroll down and you'll see a lot of these have the badging for the Prime, so you know that they are free to watch. And if you do not have a badging with that, sometimes that movie is not available. If you go on to channels are the same thing, where they have different channels that you can watch. So again, IMDb is a channel. You also have Prime Video channels. These are other additional premium services like Shudder, Paramount, Stars, Cinemax, other channels that you can go ahead and purchase with your premium service right in the Amazon service type. But a lot of these that you want to go for are the ones that say free with ads, or that are just completely free with the badging. Those are the things that we like. They do have some of the featured movies, and of course the most popular movies you're always going to want to look for, like you have Halloween, or you have The Hunger Games, Tales from the Dark Side. But again, if you click on that, you'll notice on the left-hand side you have that dollar sign, so that lets you know that you can rent or buy, and it does give you sort of the money range that you can rent or buy. Each premium channel will have something different. So The Thing, you can rent for $3.99 to $14.99 or to buy. So it depends on which premium service that you have. Now, if you do have that premium service already and have an account, you can go ahead and log in and add them to your Amazon account. So those movies will show up and they are free to watch. Now we're going back to the home page, and they also have your continue watching, so you get to see what you've been continuing to watch. It does give you that playback, which I think is really nice, so that way even if you had to leave that movie for any reason, you can always go back to it. They also have because you watched. Now, because you watched means that there was a popular movie that you watched, and they think these are some of the movies in that same genre. So because it says because you watched Trilogy of Terror, it's bringing me Chud, or it's bringing me Route 666, or it's bringing me The Monkey's Paw, or anything of that nature. So they will show you all the free movies that will be listed in the Amazon account of their movies, their cycle of movies that are similar to what you just watched. We also have the headings again, like mystery and thriller movies. It says welcome back, start watching again. So it will show you that you've been watching this movie, but welcome back, maybe you stopped, and then it goes back to it. You can always click on the see more. And when you click on the see more, you can also refine your search, or you can refine what you have, and they will show you all the things in the Prime under that subheading, and that you can look for. Not everything is related. Die Hard is not a horror film, I don't think, but it is something in a mystery sort of, I guess, or of an action thriller, I guess, in their subgenre, mystery and thriller movies. Again, I don't think that it is horror, but a thriller movie, I will give it that. You can always go back to your Prime Video. You can always go back to the home page, and it will give you all the things that you can do, again, for the home page. Now, another thing that you can see with this, they also have TV shows. They also have other categories that you can look through, and that's really nice. And it also lets you know what is the top 10 in the US. I believe Netflix does something similar to this, where it lets you know what's trending, but if you click on that, it will let you know with their badging that is the top 10 here in certain episodes, and you can actually read sort of a quick synopsis of these episodes if that is something you want to do. Same thing again with this watch party. You can watch with your friends and your family, both streaming together with an addition that is added on to your internet browser. Now, as we scroll through, we're able to see that they also have previews for you. So they actually play previews of some of the movies. So if you don't know what you would like to watch, they'll give you sort of a quick synopsis. They also have what they call a Watchless Faves, from like a famous person or an actor or a producer, and they let you know what is in their favorite movies that they love to watch. They also have genre, so they have Hispanic Heritage Month, they have Black Voices, they have Watch It Again. So if you love that movie, you can always watch it again. The only caveat is that if you have watched a movie before and it's listed in this timeline, there are movies that are out of the cycle of Amazon and they now have the $sign. So you do want to be careful, and you do want to watch for that, because that may have been a movie that you watched for free, but now it has gone out of the rotation and have come back, and now you would have to pay for it or wait for it to come back free again. Another way that you can look through this is just by scrolling through. Amazon has a vast number of movies that you can watch. I mean, it is endless. You can even just put in new movies. They also have movies and TV shows in 4K, Ultimate HD, or Ultra HD. I mean, all of these movies you have. They also have early access. Early access, if it has the purple bar below, will be movies that just came out maybe just 2 days ago or a month ago, and they have yet to hit the mainstream, but you can have early access to that. Now, you can go ahead and look for specific movies or specific genres. So I'm going to go to Hammer Horror, and just as easy as that, it will list all of the Hammer Horror that comes up for Amazon. It gives you the customer review, ways to watch, channels, if it's been released in the past 30 days, genre, subtitles, whatever language that you want, definition of the video that you want, content, video length, decade. I mean, Amazon breaks it down. For what YouTube lacked in being specific, Amazon gives you all of the details, all of the specifics that you would need for each video or each title that you are looking for. For instance, Let Me In, it gives you 4.5 out of 5 stars. So you see that's a good rating. It tells you who it's starring. It tells you that you can rent that video or buy that video. And again, that would be added to your collection. Now, let's check in with something else that you may be wondering about. Let's say I want to watch Miss Marple. I love Miss Marple. My mom even loves Miss Marple, one of her favorite shows. And it lets you know that these are seasons. It's on Prime Video, and it lets you know that it is free to watch with a BritBox trial on Prime Video channels. So you would have to have an account with BritBox or purchase it or go through the trial, and it is a free video through Prime Video. You do not have to download the BritBox app or I don't believe make a separate account, but once you, actually I apologize, you do have to make an account, because once you do, you'll sign in, and then BritBox will be part of your Amazon account. So that way you can watch all of the Miss Marples. Now, you do have to be careful, because Miss Marple does have various Marples. There's older and different versions of the actresses that played Miss Marple. So if you really enjoyed season 4 over season 1, then you can decide on which seasons that you would like for Miss Marple. that goes with any video, that goes with anything that you're looking for Amazon. I mean, you can type in anything, and if it's a video, if it was been a movie or a TV show, it will show up. The cool thing, again, that I like about Amazon is that it does have a kids section. And in the kids section, let's take a look at that. They have all of the movies that are friendly and fun, and that's for your family that you can watch with your kids. They do have a rating system as well, so you can check that out. And again, they also will show this similar to all the other adult movies. They'll have something like family movies or popular movies or pick your pal. So that way you can find out what your kids are watching. Or if you're a kid at heart like myself, you can always look for that type of movie to watch, and it will be there for you as well. Amazon Prime, I believe, is one of the better streaming premium services that you have, because they not only have older movies, newer movies, movies that just premiered or that could have been in the theaters due to the pandemic or people are getting back to. They really understand that people are enjoying movies at home, and they really understand that people really want to enjoy themselves and have family time by watching a movie at home, grabbing their own popcorn. They want to save a little bit of gas. And so they're trying their best as to bring in all the movies, all the titles, everything that a lot of studios have, and to bring it all in one section. At the same time, where you can make a purchase for a new couch pillow, or you can make purchases for a gaming system. So they are trying to make it sort of like the big box store right at your fingertips. Let's move on to HBO Max. Now, HBO is no stranger to the game. HBO has been one of the beginning Prime premium services that you can pay for ever since the start of cable TV. I remember as a kid that you were the coolest if you had HBO, if you had Cinemax, Showtime, or even Stars. But now what they've done, they've streamlined into this streaming services. And the difference with HBO Max is that you do have to have this premium account set up already in place. There is not a free service. There is not a free to watch. It is a premium service from the start. Now that can be a monthly service or it can be a pay by the yearly service, but it is a service that you will have to purchase right off the start. I do believe they still give free trials for HBO, and those trials, I believe, are for up to 7 days, and sometimes there's 14 days, but they will not do anything more than those trials because you will have to start your account with HBO. But once you do have your HBO account, you are able to look at the movies that they have, and then when you look at the movies that they have, the cool thing about here, especially for our horror segment for SCREAMTOBER, they have things that are listed in alphabetical order. So that is one thing that I do love, is that you don't have to keep searching and scrolling. If you know that it's a number, the number is going to be first. If it starts with an A, such as Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, you know that's going to be the first one. So on and so on, that you can scroll through, and it is listed alphabetically. However, the titles that they do have here, depending on what contract they have with the studios, such as like Sony or Warner Brothers or Fox or even Disney, a lot of these titles are limited. Because HBO is trying to separate itself from the other studios, such as Disney or such as Fox, a lot of their movies are not on here. Again, you would have to pay for their premium service in order to watch those movies. But luckily, HBO has a deal with certain studios where you are able to see some of these main titles. So you'll see Blade, or you'll see Evil Dead, or you'll even see old movies like The Brood, or you'll even see some of the movies that are cartoon movies as well, such as the Batman movies, which is a Warner Brothers affiliate. Now, the cool thing about HBO is once you do click on them, Like I said, it is alphabetical, and they'll give you sort of a quick sort of synopsis. They also go to a more like this. So if you clicked on 28 Days Later, they will show you that there are other movies that are similar to that. They give you a trailer, and you can also add to your watch list. Let's go ahead and click on Blade. And Blade, same thing. They give you the link to the movie. They give you the title. They give you like this cool sort of poster in the background, so that lets you know that, ooh, this is going to be a really cool movie, and it's ominous. But of course, Blade, it speaks for itself with Wesley Snipes, and we love it. The only caveat, aside from, well, I should say two caveats. The first caveat is you do have to have that premium service. The second caveat is that it is very limited. So a lot of titles that you're searching for when you go to the horror section of HBO, they don't have as much. Unlike Amazon, or unlike YouTube, or even unlike Tubi, they just don't have the power of showing all of the titles that you're looking for. So if I wanted to click on and watch The Omen, unfortunately, that is not part of the cycle that HBO has. You do have to find titles that either were listed with Warner Brothers or with Fox or with the studios that they have contracted with. Now, The Conjuring has been on Netflix before, and it has been on the other streaming devices. That's because their deal with the studios, I believe, is a multi-deal with a lot of the streaming services. However, it's only limited to what you have. Now, the quality of the movies here on HBO are great. There are no commercials. There are no ads. You can watch it straight through, and that is really good for HBO. But again, their titles are very limited, and then once you're done with those titles, that is it. And there's no more. You do have to wait for those titles to come back into rotation, or for them to add and include more titles for their streaming services. Now, if you want to do something else, like if you want to go to fantasy, or if you want to go to thriller or action, there may be some cross-referencing. Blade is a horror movie, at least in our eyes, but it also could be part of their thriller. It also could be part of their action movie. So don't be surprised when you do click on HBO that you'll see Blade that's in a multiple category for HBO. Sometimes I think that they don't know what to do with Blade, because it does encompass so many things, but primarily it is going to be in your horror genre for that, because of vampires and blood and language and things of that nature. Now, HBO does have a kids section as well, and again, their kids section is limited. I do believe that they also have an anime section, so if you are a big anime fan, you can go ahead and scroll through a lot of their anime titles as well. But as far as the purpose of their Screamtober, for us, they don't really have as much to offer as the rest of the streaming services. Now, once your account is up for HBO, that's it. So you still have to continue to pay for their premium service. It's not like Amazon or Tubi, where you can watch, or you can decide whether you want to pay for the service or not pay for the service. HBO is all in, and it's all inclusive for HBO. It is worth getting, because they do have some of the newer titles that have come out, or they premiere, especially during this pandemic time. A lot of the titles, such as Malignant, came out on the same day that it would have premiered in the theaters, and that is something that people are trying to contend with, because a lot of people are trying to get back to the movie theaters, but other people are saying, hey, I actually like watching this movie in the comfort of my home, which I prefer as well during these days and times. I do miss the theaters, and I do miss getting out there, and there are some titles that we will be going to the theater on an off day to watch it, hopefully when there's no one around. But again, it does give you that comfort of streaming movies inside your home, grabbing your own popcorn, your own candy, saving your gas, and just having fun with your family for these movies. So HBO does have a selection of horror films, but not as much as we would like for Screamtober. So you've already probably have figured out who we have as the winner for this battle of versus Amazon Prime versus HBO Max. And our winner is Amazon Prime. That's right. Amazon Prime gets our 2 big thumbs up for having one of the best streaming services out there, the premium services that are out there for this versus battle. Now, again, Amazon versus HBO. HBO is very limited, but Amazon is very detailed. It does link up to your Amazon account, and it has almost all the movies that you are looking for, whether it's on a premium service or whether it's a free service once you have paid into the account, or free with ads. So again, Amazon Prime, 2 big thumbs up. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining. I'm Carshénah with versefilms Productions, and you were watching Screamtober with us. We hope to see you again next week. We're doing horror music, so make sure that you tune in. Join us as we go over some of the most popular sounds of horror right here on the channel. See you soon.